The creek's water shimmered under the midday sun, rippling over stones worn smooth by time. From the tree's edge, a lone cowboy's eyes caught movement. There she was, a fugitive Apache woman, her hair cascading like a dark river, unaware of the world around her. For a moment he forgot the desert, the dangers, and the law. Her beauty stole his breath, and he knew his life would never be the same. If you love emotional Wild West stories of courage, fate, and forbidden encounters, make sure to like this video and subscribe, because what happens next will change everything. Wyatt Granger had spent years riding the vast plains of Silver Creek Canyon, a cowboy known for his quiet courage and sharp eyes. He was searching for water and supplies when the sound of rippling water drew him closer to a secluded creek. That's when he saw her. The Apache woman was crouched by the water, bathing, unaware of his presence. Her hair, black as midnight, flowed over her shoulders. Her skin glowed with the warmth of the sun. But Wyatt's admiration quickly shifted to concern. She bore fresh scars, evidence of recent struggle. Wyatt dismounted silently, keeping behind the trees. He watched her dip her hands into the creek, rinse her hair, and sigh softly, as if the water washed away her fears. He noticed a small cut on her arm and the tattered remnants of her clothing. Danger lingered around her, not from nature, but from men who hunted her relentlessly. As the wind shifted, she shivered, and Wyatt's instincts kicked in. This woman, this fugitive, needed help. He approached slowly, hands raised to show he meant no harm. "You're not safe out here alone," he called softly. Startled, she turned, eyes narrowing. "Who are you?" she demanded. Wyatt tipped his hat. "A friend. Or at least someone who doesn't want to see you hurt." Her lips trembled, suspicion and fear battling with relief. She took a cautious step back. Wyatt noticed the tension in her body, every muscle ready to flee or fight. "I'm not here to harm you," he said gently. "Let me help with that cut." After a long moment, she nodded reluctantly. He tied a strip of cloth around her arm to stop the bleeding, careful not to touch more than necessary. Her eyes lingered on his hands, the kindness in them. Wyatt couldn't help but feel a pull toward her, a connection born of shared danger and unspoken understanding. Wyatt led her away from the creek into the shelter of thick woods. They moved silently, each step careful, alert to the sounds of the canyon. The Apache woman, whose name he learned was Island, revealed little about her past. Only fragments: a family lost, a small village attacked, a life now lived in shadows. Wyatt offered her a canteen of water, and she drank slowly, eyes darting around the trees. "Why help me?" she asked quietly. Wyatt glanced at her, sun glinting off her hair. "Because no one deserves to die alone," he replied. "And because some battles are worth fighting, even if they're not yours." She hesitated, then allowed him to check her wounds. He cleaned and bandaged them with practiced hands, speaking softly all the while. By nightfall, they had built a small campfire. The crackling flames illuminated their faces, revealing exhaustion, pain, and a tentative trust forming between them. As darkness fell, Island shared her fears, of men who would track her for bounty, of being powerless against the violence that had torn her life apart. Wyatt listened, his heart aching at her story. He realized the attraction he felt wasn't merely physical. It was admiration for her resilience, her spirit, her will to survive. The firelight flickered across the canyon walls, shadows dancing like spirits. Wyatt knew they couldn't stay there long. Dawn would bring hunters, and he would have to protect her with every ounce of strength he had. The first light of dawn brought danger. Dust clouds rose on the horizon, mounted men, armed and merciless. Wyatt woke Island, urgency in his eyes. "We have to move now." They rode hard through rugged canyon trails, horse hooves pounding against the rocky ground. Island clung tightly, fear in her eyes, yet trust in him. Wyatt's experience and knowledge of the terrain kept them just ahead of their pursuers. At a narrow ridge, Wyatt made a stand. He dismounted, rifle in hand. "Stay behind me," he commanded. The men approached, shouting threats. Wyatt's shots rang out, precise, deliberate. Two fell, the rest hesitated, uncertainty flashing in their eyes. Island watched, heart racing, as Wyatt's courage protected her life. Her admiration for him deepened, mingling with relief, gratitude, and something more, a fragile spark of hope amidst the danger. After hours of tense pursuit, the hunters gave up, their shouts fading into the canyon's distance. Wyatt finally allowed himself to exhale. Island's hand found his, a silent acknowledgement of their survival and the bond forged in peril. By midday, they reached a secluded valley safe for the moment. Wyatt helped Island down from the horse, checking her wounds again, his hands gentle but firm. She looked at him, eyes softening, a mixture of gratitude and something unspoken lingering between them. "You saved me," she whispered. Wyatt shook his head. "No. You saved yourself. I just made sure the world didn't take you before it was your time." They sat by a quiet stream, the water sparkling in the sunlight, brushing over smooth stones, the gentle sound soothing their frayed nerves. For the first time since her escape, Island laughed. A small, hesitant sound, but one that carried relief, exhaustion, and an unspoken spark of hope. Wyatt returned her smile, feeling a warmth he hadn't known for years, a stirring in his chest that made him realize he no longer wanted to be alone. The valley around them stretched endlessly, golden grasses swaying in the breeze, cliffs rising like silent guardians. Here the world felt vast yet intimate. Wyatt could see the strength in her eyes now, the courage that had carried her this far. He admired her not only for surviving but for the fire in her spirit, unbroken despite the horrors she had endured. They shared stories quietly, letting the day pass with the comfort of companionship. Wyatt's eyes lingered on her, realizing that beyond survival, there was a fragile bond forming, trust, understanding, and perhaps even something deeper, unspoken but undeniable. As the sun dipped toward the horizon, painting the sky in shades of orange and crimson, Wyatt offered his hand. "We'll face what comes next together," he said softly. Island took it, her fingers intertwining with his. For the first time in a long while, both felt safe, not just from the world, but in each other's presence. If this story touched your heart, like this video and subscribe, because even in the harshest corners of the Wild West, kindness, courage, and unexpected connections still shine bright.